Hi, something that you may need to know for Project 2 that is being assigned in Module 7 that we didn't cover a couple little things. You may need to crop and resize your image if you pick option A with the picture. And so I'm going to very quickly show you how to crop and resize. So the easiest way to crop is to use the crop tool, which is right here. And all you have to do is, actually I have some preset sizes up here, but I'm going to get rid of those. And then you just drag and it creates a marquee around your picture, and you can adjust that as you want to. And then you just hit enter and it crops it for you. Another way to crop is to use the marquee tool. It's not as easy. Because you can't, once you set your marquee, you cannot change it. You can move it around, but you can't change the size of it. And then you can go to image crop. Alright, so those are two easiest ways. Now if you're using the crop tool, and you know you wanted a certain size, so if you want it to be 800 pixels wide and 600 pixels high, you can put it in here. Make sure you put pixels here because it defaults to inches. So if you put 800 inches, your computer will most likely crash or will at the very least take a long time to recover from that. So make sure you put in pixels. And then what it does is you can see it's constrained, and it will stay that proportion of 800 by 600 or whatever you put in, and then you can go ahead and hit enter, and as you see it resized it, so that's kind of cool. So now if I go up to that's full size now. So that's how you crop. Now if you want to actually change the size of your image, so I'm going to revert it back, all you need to go do is, if you have it cropped the way you want, you just want it smaller, especially if you're taking a photo from a camera that's shooting it at a very high resolution. It may be very big. It may be like 2400 pixels wide. We don't want that. For option A, your picture should be no more than 800 by 800. So it could be 800 by 600 or 600 by 800 or 400 by 600. But no more than 800 by 800. So this one right here, let's see how big it is. All you have to do is go to image and image size, and you get this little dialog box. Now this will tell you how big it is. So right now this one's at 300 resolution. I'm not too worried about the resolution. I want it to be higher, but so I don't want a 70. It's something that has been designed for web will have like 72 dpi or 96 dpi. I want more than that. I want it's actually PPI, but that's okay. We won't worry about that. This one actually has a high resolution of 300. You can leave that. Don't make it any less than that. And then right now it's saying it is 1920 pixels wide and 1440 pixels high, and it has the lock on it. So you can lock. I don't know why it won't let me unlock it, but you can unlock it. Oh, I know, because it's got constrained proportions. So if you want it to stay the same proportions, you want this checked. But if you uncheck this, you see the little locks went away. So I can change these and they won't affect each other. But sometimes you can come up with some really goofy shaped images. You don't want to really do that. So I like to constrain them, leave the lock on, and then I know I want it no more than 800 pixels wide. So I'm just going to put 800 in there, and look, it just comes up with 800 by 600 just coincidentally on this picture. So I'm going to click OK, and you can see right here it tells you how much smaller it's made the image. It was 7, almost 8 megs, and now it's less than 1.5 megs. So click OK. There it is. We're viewing this at 50%. So I'm going to do a Command plus a couple of times, and that's my image. When you're doing the image I told you about, what you are going for option A, what you're going to want to do is actually your image is going to need to be smaller even than this. Your canvas is going to need to be this size. So The canvas is the same size. If I go into canvas size, it says 800 by 600. That's what you want. I'm going to take this layer and make it not a background. And I'm going to make a new background, or a new layer. You can't really see the button, but it's down there. And so this is going to be my new background layer. I'm not going to turn it into a background layer, but it's going to act as my background layer. And then I'm going to take this image and make it fit 8 times into here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all, and I'm going to do a Command T, which is you puts these little handles on it so I can resize it. And I'm going to just size it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I know I want to do 8 of them here. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I have to figure it out. And then I have that one, so I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. When I paste it, it gives us a new layer. And I can take the move tool and move it around. Alright. And I'm going to do it again. So this is not the right size, but just so you know, kind of this is what I'm looking for. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make my my canvas bigger, wider. So what I'm going to do is, if you want to make your canvas wider, it's easy to do that. I want to make it wider, even though I said no more than 800 for my example. I'm going to make it wider, and I want it to get wider from here out, from to the right. So I'm going to do these arrows here, so it goes this way. If I just left in the center, it would go wider from the middle, and I'd have to move everything around again. So I'm going to say 1,000. I should have made my little picture smaller, right? And anyway, so I can keep pasting, and so this gives you an idea. And now, since I have separate layers, I can apply filters to each of these layers, right? So I'm going to apply colored pencil to that one. I'm going to apply brush strokes to this one, whatever, just so I have different things going on with different layers. So you need to be able to figure out how big you need to make your pictures to get 8 of them in here. They'll have to be a little bit smaller than this. It kind of depends on if you have a horizontal portrait picture, so it's taller than it is wider. It'll fit into this application better. Into this assignment better. That's basically what you have to do for option A.